Not a few Nigerians believe the education sector for the year 2013 did not fare well. In what can be described as an ill-fated start, barely 3 weeks into the year, the students of the University of Abuja began with a protest, disrupting examinations following disagreements with the school's vice-chancellor. But just as these students protested, other would-be students had to contend with a different kettle of fish. Over 1 million candidates sitting for the university tertiary matriculation examinations may not gain access into the tertiary institutions. Before her sack in September, the former Minister of Education, Professor Qualitative announced that current carrying capacity of tertiary institutions across the country is only about 500,000, which cannot cater for the 1.7 million candidates sitting for the UTME.
What are we going to do with this large number of students that are out there? You have seen them sitting for that examination with all seriousness. But I feel the pain that most of them cannot have access at the long run.
A few weeks after, the cheering news that the federal government would hand over the completion of more Almajiri schools was not enough to douse tensions that arose in May when Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, began an indefinite strike over failure of the federal government to implement the 2009 agreement. The series of meetings which followed, as well as an order by the federal government to call off the already 2-month-old strike, seemed only to strengthen the resilience of ASU to continue till all demands were met.
Our members nationwide are convinced that government is insincere in terms of all the agreements we have had with government.
12 weeks after the commencement of ASU's strike, a major cabinet shake-up by President Goodluck Jonathan hit the sector as the Education Minister, Professor Qualitative was sacked from office. But it appeared that news was rapidly swept under the carpet with the unfolding disaster and more controversies that followed. By October, 50 Yoruba students were killed by unknown gunmen suspected to be members of the Boko Haram sect.
The people they are killing in the north, the people they are killing everywhere are calling Boko Haram. The innocent people they are killing everywhere, their bloods are crying. We are splitting innocent blood in this country, and God is not happy with us.
And in the middle of this, heated debates, consultations and threats continued over the ASU strike. These pockets of grievances soon erupted in another protest by thousands of market women.
Let them not go end of this month. You will see what we do. We are traders, we are market women. We don't want trouble in this country. We don't do now. This one go bring it on, this one go bring it on. Can't we have peace in this country for a change?
It was indeed an eventful year as the war between the federal government and ASU reached fever pitch. Many chose sides in the battle, and in the end, the much sought-after compromise brought huge relief to Nigerians.
Government has done quite enough. Government has injected so much funds through various means into the education sector. You heard of the meeting we had with vice chancellors and the pro-chancellors. It was surprising to members of the public how much fund has been disbursed by government through TED fund and how much funds have been left unassessed by the beneficiaries of these funds. Government is not saying that ASU is not making any sense. Government say yes, in as much as we're making sense, but we think we can only achieve this if we go by this way. And there's no need giving promises that cannot be fulfilled.
The year ended, albeit positively, with more projects to drive technological advancement in the nation's ivory towers, spearheaded by the National Universities Commission.
If you look through what we signed, was there any demand from government? Did you see any demand from government? Government should be now be saying, I haven't given you this, we want you to do this, we want you to do that. That should be the tone, and I'm sure they're ready for that. But I'm not too disturbed about the tertiary education setting, but I worry about the primary and secondary education, because what we gain from that is the quality of students they bring to us. So I'll be advising state governments that they should improve the quality of teaching and learning at primary and secondary education. level.
Now, even though the decadence in the nation's tertiary institutions has been talked about for the best part of the year, some Nigerians may be hopeful now that 2014 would bring about the much-needed revolution in the sector. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.